All right, so let's have a quick conversation. So this thought came to me the other day, and I wanted to share it with you all because we often talk about generational wealth, right? We often talk about passing down things to the next generation. Now, obviously, there's a number of ways we can do that, whether it be through insurance, passing down our businesses, our portfolios, things of that nature. But I wanted to challenge you from the standpoint that it's not just about money, right? Now, from the study of generational wealth, you're also passing down your principles, you're passing down your values, you're passing down your thought process, everything, right? Which before I dive into what it is that I wanted to talk about, let's just touch on that for just a second, right? All along our journeys, we don't jot things down, right? So I wanted to share with you this point of view. Imagine like you have the greatest recipe to the most amazing dish, right? But yet you didn't write it down so the next generation can benefit from it, right? So essentially you died a selfish individual because you kept that information within you. You didn't take enough time to jot down what you were going through. You didn't take enough time to jot down your wins, your losses, your thought process, which is essentially the recipe, right? But let's go back to the topic. So the topic of, generational wealth from a different lens. So what if, let's just say 2 generations from now, 3 generations from now, or even 4 or 5 generations from now, someone is tied to your bloodline who's supposed to do something amazing, right? Because each of us has a purpose. We're here to do something special. We're here to do something unique, whether it be on a macro or micro level. We have a purpose. And so what if, let's just say, for example, 4 generations from now, you have someone within your bloodline who's supposed to be the next groundbreaking scientist, right? And instead of them being able to focus all of their time, their energy into, discovering the next cure, because you didn't lay the proper foundation, they're so focused on survival. They have to, focus on getting a job. They have to focus on putting food on the table. They can't take all of their mental capacity and focus on finding the cure, which is what they were born to do, right? And let's say, someone is supposed to be the next president, or someone is supposed to be the next prosecutor, or anything along those lines, right? Each of us has an individual purpose, but within your bloodline, what if we can just make it easier for them, right? And so think about where you are right now in your individual journey in regards to your purpose. Think about the fact that, let's just say 2 generations ago, what if someone thought enough of you to lay the proper financial foundation for you so that way you can benefit and take all of your time and your energy and just focus on what it is that you're being, called to do? How much easier would have that made your journey, right? Now, I'm not saying this in the sense that life is supposed to be easy, because hardship does help us sometimes, right? It shapes us, it molds us, especially from a man's standpoint. As the saying goes, hardship, makes the man. Now, it doesn't have to be that hard though, right? To where you're doing everything by yourself. You have to, do things that, you don't want to do in order to get to your destination, right? Because that just prolongs your journey. So I'm challenging you to, think about generational wealth from a different point of view. So not just passing down money to our kids so that way they can live a good life, the life that we never lived, right? But also think about from the fact that there are people tied within your bloodline who are relying on you, who have their own purpose that is not just, tied to you. But what if you can make it easier for them to, free up their mind, their mental capacity, so that way they can do those things with less friction? So today's message: